What's going on? My name is Chris Hawkins, and this is your best life defined. How you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Sometimes it's up and down. Sometimes I wake up and I look at what I do every day and I'm thinking, I suck. Sometimes I ask myself, well, why? Why? It doesn't really matter why. I got the general package down, Pat. I've got it figured out. Basically, what you have to do, in my opinion, and that's just my opinion. I mean, I show up every day and I give you my opinion, but my opinion is this: if you do what everyone else does, you're going to get exactly what they get, right? This is why our lives all look the same. This is why this American dream is so prevalent. It's because we grow up and we look around and we see how life is supposed to be lived, and guess what we do? That's how we live it, right? And now that I've stepped away from that and I've walked away from it and I'm not doing anything quite like everyone else. I don't do, there are a lot of things I don't do like everyone else. And guess what I get? I get a lot of criticism for it. There are people who look at me and they think I'm crazy. They're like, what the hell is he doing? He doesn't have anything to say right now. Maybe so what? Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. My point is this: immense success comes from the ability to step away from the crowd long enough to endure the burden of being different. And in order for that to happen, you've got to find it within yourself to not give a damn what people think of you. Or as I once heard, I've repeated this a number of times, but it's not my business what other people think of me, right? None of my business. And even when they voice those opinions, even when these conversations come up about whether this is going anywhere that where or whether my advice is of any value, when I look at the response that I get, ultimately what it comes down to is I can't care. I have to approach it from the standpoint of so what? Not everyone is going to like this podcast. Not everyone likes me. And that amazes me because I'm such a sweet guy now, but not everyone likes me. Not everyone appreciates my effort. Some people are just looking at me going, "Why don't you get your nose out of my life?" And to that I say, well, the solution is to turn me off, right? Because I'm not going away. I'm not giving up because the judgments by people who all live the same lives is that this isn't going anywhere or the things I say don't make any sense. That isn't the gauge for whether that's actually true or not. The truth is the advice I'm giving you sound enough that if you applied it in your own life, it would affect positive change in your life? And the answer is yes. So when I look at people who criticize or they want to have these quiet judgments and conversations about how much I suck or what I'm doing is a waste of time, I say, so what? If you want to truly live free, if you want to truly be able to make decisions that are based on who you are and what is truly within you, what truly inspires you, the first thing you have to do is you have to find a way to step away from your consideration or your concern for what other people think. Now, obviously, there's a standard of morality that has to be engaged with that, but my point is this: no one is ever going to applaud you for being different. If you want to go to a family gathering and announce to someone that you're going to do something crazy like quit your job, move to Colorado, and become a raft guide, I can imagine that the room will fall apart as they laugh at you for such a choice, right? But it isn't because that choice is so unrealistic, because there are people who spend their entire careers being raft guides and volunteer teachers and snowboard instructors. And granted, do they have a wealth of money? Are they rich? Yeah, probably not. Most people aren't. But are they doing okay? Do they wake up every day excited about the life they created? Hell yeah, they do. And the mere fact that this is different than what you or I might expect, that doesn't change the fact that they should be pursuing it, because it comes down to connection. That's why I say I can't spend any time worried about what you think. And if you're spending any time concerned about what other people think about your actions, then chances are you're probably not making choices that are going to amount to anything to anyone beyond where you're at right now. In other words, your life is not going to go any direction beyond where everyone else's life is. That's just the ticket right there. Success in anything starts by innovation, right? By taking something, some aspect of life to a level that exceeds what anyone else has ever done, that reaches some pinnacle on some level that other people have never attempted or have failed at. That's the ticket right there. A monocast? Sure. You don't think it'll work? Don't listen to it. But my point is, I'm wanting to have a conversation with you, and I don't particularly care to share the stage. Imagine how convoluted this conversation becomes if I add a third party or a second person into this conversation, and guess what happens? They add something to it that takes the course, changes the course of the entire idea. So I show up every day. I look at what's being posted. I look at my social media page. I look what's being followed. I look at the downloads, and then I say, so what? Here we go again. Hey, guys, what's up? My name's Chris Hawkes, and this is your best life defined. Can everybody do it? Absolutely. Will everybody do it? No. Nope. And there's a logical reason why. Do you really want to add one more burden to your life? Do you want to take up time that you could be surfing the internet or playing video games to actually have to do something or learn something to take your life in a new direction? I mean, the dream is not tangible until it's reached, right? And you can talk about it all day long when you talk about what could happen if I went back to school and how great it would be to have an extra $20,000 a year. But until you actually take that action and have experienced that experience, that's just a dream. That is just an idea. It's an abstract thought. And so it takes courage to take action towards that dream when you know that there's a possibility that you'll never achieve it, or that you don't have any motivation beyond the idea itself for you to continue to take that action. Here's the here's a concept for you. So I'm writing a book on RV safety, RV life. And in my mind, it's going to be a success. It's going to be an immense success. I'm going to self-publish on Amazon, and what's going to happen is I'm going to make a ton of money, and it's going to free up some stuff and open up some choices for Sandy and I. Is that the truth? Is that the reality? Is that the only thing that can happen? No. I'm sure there are people who have said, well, I don't know. RVing doesn't seem that great to me. You might be right. But I can't spend any time thinking about that, because if I spend time thinking about what might not happen or what might happen to the negative, then guess what? I lose my motivation. I lose my momentum. Finding success is about being able to see what isn't there. It's about being able to look beyond what other people are doing. And it's about being able to stay motivated when there's no one supporting you. I'm good at this whole standing on my own stage, because there have been a lot of times in my life when people I know have simply refused to support anything I've done. I mean, over there I'm looking for applause, and they're like, I don't know. Backpack chair is one of them. I came to work one day going to sell a backpack chair, a backpack that folds as a chair for kids on a bus stop. I thought it was an amazing idea. Was going to go mail order marketing that thing, right? I didn't quite have my ducks in a row, but the point is I didn't get any support from anyone either. Everyone I showed it to was like, that's nuts, you're crazy. Right, really? Yeah, okay. Not. They sell backpack chairs in most sporting goods stores now, right? Any hunting store, you got that camouflage chair that you put on your back and you hike into the mountains, and then you sit it down, you have a stool there, probably a cooler in it. Yeah, they've upgraded since I started, right? The only one who has to believe in your idea is you. The only one who has to be motivated by the actions you take are you. The only one who's going to endure the struggle of waking up and thinking to yourself, why in the hell do I do it? And then getting out of bed and doing it anyway is you. And that motivation comes from within yourself. See, the closer you are to to what inspires you, the better job you're going to be able to do at it. The more likely it is you're going to succeed. And if you're floundering, it's not because you suck. It's not because you're a failure. It's because you haven't connected to anything that's close enough to you to allow you to succeed. If people don't like what you're doing or don't appreciate what you're doing, and now granted, I'm talking about positive action. I'm not talking about you sitting around drinking a 750 of vodka every day. I'm not talking about tweaking a case of beer every day. What I'm talking about is tangible actions that have a perceived benefit in your life. That is the ticket right there. That is what we're talking about here. If you're moving in a positive direction that's taking you someplace you're not currently, and someone doesn't agree with that, so what? If you're not hurting anybody, if it's a positive action, then take it. and stop caring about what other people think. Because in the end, in order for you to succeed and see the kind of success you want to succeed in your life, you're going to have to be different. You can't remain like everyone else and expect a different outcome. That's what's ironic about it. People say, well, I wish I was happy. I want to find happiness. I'm happy. Got my life. We're not designed to sit still. You're not designed to just stagnate, to reach a certain point at 35 where the highlight of your life is a six-pack of beer at the end of each day. There's more living to be done. And the question is, are you going to allow yourself to sit still and not take action and watch as your life deteriorates? Because it will. The longer you sit still, the less you'll move. And the less you move, the less you'll move, right? And the less you move, the less motivation you have. And the less motivation you have, the less action you take. And it's this cycle. And by the time you're 65, ready to retire, guess what? You're not able to do anything because you haven't been doing anything. So, don't let what other people think get in the way of what you think. Don't let what other people think or what you think other people think about your actions and your choices get in the way of the actions and choices you make. And by all means, don't spend your time looking at other people's lives and feeling woe is me about your own life unless that feeling allows you or generates the motivation you need to take action. And in that case, if you're looking to find motivation, you find it wherever you have to. You can look at someone else's life and they can be as amazing as they want to be. And guess what? If it pisses you off to the point that you decide, you know what, I'm going to get my book done. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to put it off anymore. I'm going to handle my business. Then go for it. Do it. Because the goal is to stay moving. The goal is to move forward and capture that better life that's right in front of you. That one choice that takes some aspect of your life to the next level. Is it perfect? No. Is my story perfect? Hell no. Does it get tiresome? Do you get tired of me yelling at you? I imagine you do. But it reminds me of where I am. It reminds me that I have to get that book done. It reminds me that this opportunity that I have today to live shouldn't be taken for granted. It should be something I embrace and I value for what it truly is. Because there are people who wish they had more time and they don't. And I hope I have a long life, but I don't know the truth and neither do you. So wake up every day excited about something. If you're not excited about something, pick something that you can be excited about. Keep focused on that thing until it becomes part of your routine, until you look at that burden that comes with achieving that goal as nothing more than one more thing you do during your day. Because you're going to face struggle. You might as well struggle for something great. So keep that in mind. Let's not forget about the kindness. And as always, just remember, today's your day. Make it a good one.